Okay, so I never thought that I would be doing another Conceal and Something foundation review, but here we are today, so let's go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are back with another foundation to review, the new Revolution Conceal and Glow. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. If you haven't already noticed, Revolution have recently come out with a new foundation which is a part of the Conceal and Something range. So the first one was Conceal and Defined, the second one was Conceal and Hydrate, and now we have Conceal and Glow. So I'm going to put this to the test, see what it looks like, see if it compares to the previous ones, yada yada yada, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so now that you are up close and personal, let's get right into the nitty gritty. So I must say the Conceal and Glow foundation packaging has upgraded on another level. If you can see, it has got like some gold detail on the lid, and obviously the packaging and the label is also gold and black, and the previous Conceal and Define range foundations did not have this, so they have clearly upgraded on this. One thing I will say that I was a little bit disappointed about is that there's only 20 shades in this range. I do not understand, because the first one, Conceal and Define, they had limited shade ranges, and then they ended up extending that shade range because there was a bit of a fumble between the undertones, and some shades were looking a little bit grey and it just wasn't great. I did review that foundation, so I will leave it linked up here somewhere or in the description bar down below. They also did improve the shade range in the Conceal and Hydrate. The shade range for the Conceal and Hydrate was good, but now it seems like they've taken a step back by only bringing out 20 shades. I don't know what happened with that. Also, I wasn't able to get the same shade that I usually wear in the Conceal and Hydrate because they only had F13 and then it was F14.2. With the Conceal and Hydrate, I usually wear 13.2 and that matches me pretty well. So because of that, I was only able to get F13 because this has a golden undertone. The next shade that had a golden undertone was actually before this, it was 12.5. Obviously that's me going lighter, so I just got 13.2. so I'm gonna get right into this. And I also picked up the new Ultimate Eye Base from Revolution. This sort of reminds me of the PLouise eyeshadow base. I was actually gonna purchase a new one, so I thought I'd just get the Revolution one. This was £5 and I got it in the shade medium. This is what it looks like. I'll just swatch it quickly. Pretty decent shade. I must say this eye base feels pretty good. It does remind me of the PLouise eyeshadow base, but I think it's safe to say it looks like a dupe of the PLouise eyeshadow base. Obviously I don't know if it's going to perform the same way. So this is what medium looks like on my eyes. I do think that the consistency is a little bit drier than the PLouise one, and I kind of like that because with the PLouise one it does crease pretty quickly on my eyelids. I mean, I still do like it, but so far this one is doing a good job for me. For my eyes, I'm just going to quickly go in with the Tropical Twilight eyeshadow palette, which I've used before but I haven't used it in a hot minute, so I'm just going to do something quickly to my eyes. I'm just mixing Sunrise and Sundown to go into my crease. If you're wondering what contact lenses I'm wearing today, I am wearing Sea Honey, but I will link the video in the description bar which shows you all of the information. I'm now going to go in with the shade True Love, which is kind of like a purpley shade with a pink undertone. I actually haven't used this shade yet, so let's put it to use. Just laying that down before I go in and blend that out, but I just want to bring that in a little bit just there because I have hooded eyes. I'm going to go back into my crease with Sundown and mix it with a little bit of Sunrise and a dash of Tan. Basically all three of those shades just to blend out over here. I'm going to come back to the eyes later, so let's get right into the foundation. I'm going to prime my face first. I want to put this foundation to the true test, so I'm going to use my favourite Milk Hydro Grip Primer at the moment. This is what I've been using alongside the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray. I've kind of been using that as a primer as well. I have already hydrated my face, so don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to go on top of that with the e.l.f. Putty Primer just in my T-zone area. My skin is much better now, doing a lot better. I don't know why, sometimes I just get some breakouts, and obviously with the weather changing quite drastically, it really doesn't help. So they do also have a glow primer, but to be honest, I can't really see myself putting a glow primer to use. I'm not really a fan of glow primers, so I decided not to get that. I'm going to swatch the shade F13 in Conceal and Glow. Gonna have to remember the actual name now. Okay, so the shade looks pretty good. Yeah, I feel like it might be okay, but I just want to compare it to my Conceal and Hydrate in F13.2. So we definitely have a bit of a difference with the shade. It is disappointing that they didn't bring out F13.2. I don't understand how they skipped that when they extended their Conceal and Define range. That just doesn't make sense to me. But this is F13 in Conceal and Glow, and that's F13.2 for Conceal and Hydrate. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna look, but we're gonna try it out. Hopefully the shade works for me, and yeah, that's all we can hope for. We can only hope for the best. Okay, I'm gonna start off with one pump. I think one pump is pretty generous anyway, so we may not even need another pump, but let's just go. Okay. Not too pleased with the shade, but couldn't go any lighter, couldn't go any darker. 14.2 was an olive undertone, which is not going to work on me, so there was no point me doing that. It's definitely not going to work around my hyperpigmentation area, so I'm just going to go in with my NARS New Caledonia really quickly. Okay, so now that's sorted, I'm going to get a clean flat brush and let's blend. Okay, it blends out well, but I thought the texture was gonna be a bit more glowy than this. It's not. In fact, I actually prefer the texture of the Conceal and Hydrate. But so far it looks pretty good, and the match is actually better than what I thought it was gonna be. But let's just blend this out. This is only one pump, so I may go in with another pump just to see what the coverage would look like. In fact, I will definitely need to go in with another pump. So let's just blend this out. It's definitely not as glowy as I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go in with another pump. So far, I do prefer the texture of the Conceal and Hydrate a little bit more. This one, it's drying quicker than the Conceal and Hydrate one. And I feel like the formula of the Conceal and Hydrate for me personally was a little bit better, but let's just continue to blend and see what we get. Mind you, I'm also using a brush with this one, so I feel like the Conceal and Hydrate also has a bit more coverage than this one. And I'm using a brush for this. Even when I use the Conceal and Hydrate with a sponge, it still gives me a really good coverage. But let's just finish and then we will see. And I'm just gonna go over that with a sponge really quickly. Definitely not getting much of glowy vibes from this. I feel like the Conceal and Hydrate gives me a bit more of a glowy vibe than this one does. This one is like in between Conceal and Hydrate and Conceal and Define. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. So I've used 2 pumps of this, and I think the shade pretty good. I usually go close enough to my chest if you don't already know. F13 seems pretty good, so I'm happy with the shade match. The texture, I mean, I am seeing a little bit of a glow, but if I'm being completely honest, I feel like the Conceal and Hydrate one gives me a bit more of a glow, and I feel like that texture is more hydrating, whereas this one doesn't feel as hydrating. This foundation, I would say, is like in between Conceal and Define and Conceal and Hydrate. So yeah, I was hoping that I was gonna get like a similar texture to Conceal and Hydrate and just more glowy, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess I don't really feel that vibe of a glowy finish. Obviously you can see like a bit of a glow, but I kind of feel like Conceal and Hydrate gives me more of that. But I might do a comparison video between this and Conceal and Hydrate just to see what it's like. I want to see how this looks with a full face, so I'm going to finish my face really quickly and then I will come back to you. Okay guys, so I'm back and this is the finished look. So final thoughts on this foundation. Not only did they increase it by £1, they missed out so many of the in-between shades. Luckily I got a good match with this one. Am I impressed? Am I mad about it? I'm not mad about it. I actually do prefer the Conceal and Hydrate one over this. I find that the formula of this is slightly more drying than the Conceal and Hydrate. Not that this is drying, but in comparison it's drying than the Conceal and Hydrate, which is quite weird because this is the glow one and that's the hydrate one. But then again, maybe the point of this is to not hydrate as much as the Conceal and Hydrate one. All it says here is illuminating foundation, medium to full coverage with vitamin C and lotus flower extract. I didn't read the information on the website in terms of what this foundation does, but based on the packaging and what's written here, it's pretty clear. The goal of this foundation is to conceal, so medium to full coverage and glow. As you saw in the beginning, in my opinion, I didn't feel like I got much of a glow from this comparing to the Conceal and Hydrate one. So yeah, if I had to choose out of the Conceal and Hydrate or the Conceal and Glow, I much prefer the formula of the Conceal and Hydrate. I mean, do I recommend it? If you got the Conceal and Hydrate, I don't think you need this. That's just my opinion. But if you want to try it, then you can go ahead and get it. It is £9.99, so it is £1 more than the Conceal and Hydrate and the Conceal and Define. Those foundations were £9. But yeah, this did launch yesterday, which is the 28th. By the time this video is up, it will probably be like 2 days later or something. But yeah, so that's my review on the Conceal and Glow foundation.
A few moments later.
Guys, I'm about to eat my words. I had to come back real quick and update you guys. It's actually been a couple of hours since I've been wearing this foundation now, and it's really grown on me. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and honestly, I really like it. Nah, I can't lie. I can't lie. I'm absolutely loving the way this foundation is looking after like a couple of hours. Yeah, it really makes your skin look nice and luminous, but not too much. I haven't topped up my face with anything. I only set my face with the Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray, and obviously I did highlight in this area, but I'm hoping you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing right now. I really like this foundation, so I'm gonna eat my words real quick. I just had to come back and let you guys know that I do recommend this foundation. I recommend it, guys. If you got money, get your foundation. I still want to test this against the hydrating one, but so far, absolutely loving it. If you want to know the makeup that I used in this video, I will leave all of the links and everything in the description bar down below, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, that's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button before you click out of the video, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye.